Hello, my name is Richard, and I'm going to be teaching you today about the licensing file. I'm going to teach you how to create licenses for your music. You'll notice that we're still in the catalog file, which is where we left off last, and we're on a song called I Want You With Me Tonight. Now we're going to go over to the licenses file. We're going to click this licenses button, and because we're in the catalog file, it says, oh, you must want to look at licenses for this song. So these are related licenses for this song called I Want You With Me Tonight. So we have one in here, so we're going to go check it out. Twyla Fabulous at the Grove is the name of the event, and we go to the end of this a long list. Just click on this light green button you see here. It's called Details of the License, and notice that that green color is right here now. We press our tab key and it drops into the first field, which allows you to assign what type of license it is. I'm going to go through an existing license first, so to kind of give you an idea of what to expect, and then we can create our own license in another section. Okay, so we're talking about a sync license here. I'm going to press my tab key each time. Follow along with me, or just watch. We've named the actual license, and each license should have a unique name, like Twyla Fabulous at the Grove, that identifies the license, something you'll be able to identify in a list. It's important. That's why we have it large like this. Now, if it's just a song on a CD, you can name the CD or the album, etc. Now we press our tab key. Here's the title of the song, which will be based on this catalog number here. And the foreperson is Twyla Fabulous. It's just for them. So who's ever going to be licensing it, you'd want to put this information in this field here. All right. Then to assign the song, which has already been done, you just go into the pop-down menu. This is a list of all the songs in the catalog file, and we've assigned it. Excuse me. Now, this tracker number is where the software song tracker gets its name. Based on this tracker number, you click on this. These are all the different contacts in the people file. So your contacts from the people file will show up here. Now, because Twyla is going to license this from ABC Publishing, our company, our sample company, we just click on that, and it brings in all this data. So you don't have to type any of this data. This comes in automatically. So does the phone number and email based on this number of information that's in the people file. So you could type this in, but you want to just look it up based on this number. Always use the number and ensure that you have that person listed in your people file before you create a license for them. Now this says catalog number and company number. Don't be confused here. That means catalog number and company number. This is your company number. In case you have multiple companies, the default is 1, which will be, in this case, ABC Publishing Company, which is our sample data. So that's your catalog number is right here. So this is where you assign the song or the catalog work. And all this comes in automatically. Now, if we want to assign one of our reps, this will automatically include anybody in the people file that's under employee, EMP for employee. So all your people in your office who may represent a song, you want to make sure they're in the people file as well, and that you assign them employee for the people type, for the contact type. So we're going to take Dr. 5.0 and assign him. We just click on that. Now, here you can type in any notes you want, unlimited number of characters. I think you can go up to 1 billion characters, so have fun with that. You can select it, type over it. Now this next field here, credit shall read. Words and Music by Twyla Fabulous, for example. Fabulous. Now you could have multiple lines here. Hair design by, etc. You could have as much as you want, whatever's going to be on the credits. Now, this is an important field because this, when added, appears in the Synch license. And I'll show you. Now, there's 3 buttons down here for the various licenses, 4 licenses actually. But we're going to go to the Synch license, and as I click this, it'll go over here, and you'll notice special screen credits shall read as follows if listed below here. Words and Music by Twyla Fabulous. So whatever you add in that field is going to appear here in italics. So as part of the synchronization license. Now these licenses are boilerplate. We try to give you a basic license. You're probably going to want to use your own. We recommend it. We're not lawyers and don't profess to be. So we encourage you to speak to your attorney, get your own synchronization license, get your own mechanical license. You're welcome to use these, but they're at your own risk, and you want to make sure all your legal jargon is the way you want it. Now, in another separate tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to spill your copy, your text, into this form so that you could set up your own licenses with your own legal verbiage from your own lawyer. We'll do that on a different one. But to get back to the data entry screen, you go up and click Data Entry. It takes you right back where we were. So we were right here on this screen. So at times we may go over here to the Synch license. You can always go over and check things. All right, so we're here. Now we go up to the top. What's the category? This is going to be for a music video. You could do YouTube, Vimeo, etc. If you want to add one, just go into where you want to add it and just put it in there. And then it'll be in that pop-up menu at the bottom there. Okay, but this is a music video, so that's been assigned. I'm going to press my tab key. Goes to a subcategory. This is for your own. This is just for your own information. So what is it? It's pop music. You could give it a type of music here as a subcategory. Press your tab key. Now this is important. Where's the territory for this? Where are you giving permission for this license to be used? This is going to be worldwide. Could be just North America. It could be a certain country. USA and Canada. All foreign. So we're choosing worldwide here. Excuse me. Okay. And then so we're going to travel on from there. Press your tab key and we're into the next one. This is no foreign territory specific. That would only be like if it was just in Spain or something, or just in Brazil. Then you could say it's foreign territory specific. And that's a legal thing that will help with some of the setup in your when you're doing splits, when you have translators and stuff like that. It's hard to explain right now, but we'll get into it later. But if it was just for a specific country, you could put foreign territory specific. If it's, domestic, just keep it no. If it's worldwide, keep it no also. Okay, then the next one is for how many years or how many months, etc. We're going to say 5 year. It's a 5 year. They can reuse it for 5 years. Then the next one is the number. If you don't have a number, ask them to provide a number of the event. If they don't have one, you can make up one. You could call it TF at the Grove or something like that, or TF Grove 111. You make up your own number if you wish. Okay, moving on. But this is good to have something, a number to check later, to refer to between you and your client. Okay, we press tab, broadcast how. It's going to be over public airwaves and the internet. Now you want to choose something from this pop-up list. You could add others if you need to, but this will also appear on your contract, your agreement. Terms of license, it's going to be, let's make it, let's see, it's a sync license, so one payment. So I chose in one payment. Product length, let's say it's 4 minutes, 2 seconds. Number of uses is 1. Now, you can also have drop, stream. You can change this. The number of uses can have any suffix you like. You could change that. Normally, we use the word use. The number of usages. The next one, they shall provide a copy. So Twyla shall provide a copy to our publishing company of the final HD Blu-ray disc. You want as good a quality disc as you can get. And this will be specified in the license that way. This way you have something for your files. And I'll press tab. We shall supply. Let's provide a stereo digital audio file. Or maybe you'll want a 5.1 digital audio file since it's going to be a music video. The agreed rate is $5,000 for the use. Again, if you roll your mouse over this, it will give you information about each of these fields. You can also change this to say statutory rate, per unit rate, flat rate, agreed rate. The default is agreed rate. The discount percentage is sometimes used in 0.75% deals. Not as much for a sync deal, but if you wanted to put a percentage, it could be like a 25% discount, and that'll track that, which is important to add that because all this gets tracked on your collections. When you collect money, your money comes in, it will track the discount that you've offered as part of the deal. So then you would put 25 if it's a 25% discount. Okay. And then track number. This is the track number on a CD or an album. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Advance is $5,000, and that's the amount. They're paying it in advance. Date of the advance. And when it gets paid, you want to click it here, so you know you've been paid. That's important. Sometimes licenses will offer a guarantee of a certain amount of money, and you could put that amount of money in there and paid once it's guaranteed, and you can assign when the guarantee was met. You could put a date for that if you wish. Right now we're going to leave that open. So we're going to go over and check the sync license. Notice that some of these things are underlined, like the HD Blu-ray disc. Because you chose that, it automatically brings it into the contract. 5 years, it automatically brought that into the contract. One use. So basically they're using one version of the song and they can use it for 5 years. That means on as many copies of the file they need to make. But if they're selling it, that's a different license. That would be a mechanical license based on the units sold. So you'd grant them a mechanical license as well, and you'd issue a mechanical license in addition to the synchronization license. Okay, in one payment. Remember, we assigned that from a pop-up menu. So it is important that you assign all those pop-up menus. Again, the credits came in, the title comes in, all this is out automatic. So each new record is a new license, can be a different type of license. But the underlined information are fields that you enter. So let's go back. think we need to put a date in. Date of license, yeah. Let's put today's date in for the license and go back and check that. Yeah, that's important that you issue that. The date that you want on the license should be this bottom date. Now here's some important dates. The entry date is the date the record is entered, and the name of the user who's using the computer when it's entered. If it gets modified at any time, this will get updated. The last collection, when you do a collection, it'll update this date so you know when you were paid last. That's good on mechanicals if you're getting quarterly statements. It helps you keep current. Current status. Let's say we've signed it. Release date. You can assign that. Option date. You might have an option. These don't appear in the contract necessarily, but they can. If you need to have options in there, you could set your verbiage up that way. An advance is due. You can put a date in there. Guarantee is due. This helps you track the information. Next collection due. That's a date field also. You can put a date in there if you wish. All right, so basically we've entered, or this has been pre-entered, but this is how you do a license. Now, there's a little more information, and to get to that, you go up to the status, and that's a little more information about this. You'll notice some of the information is the same. But again, here's the signed status, territory, paperwork. This is just to help you if you have to prepare paperwork where you're at. We've had it returned to us. We sent the paperwork. It was returned, filed, update, sent, update and returned, etc. Paperwork received on what date? Let's put that in. Our library number. You can put that in if you wish. You can make up a number here. If they need a PO number, you can put that in there. Purchase order number. Date of invoice. And you can invoice with this too. Estimated gross money. This is just for your information. Okay, we expect to make so much over 10 years on this. $10,000, etc. Sampling time and minutes and seconds. If it's a sample, that's only if it's a sample license, sampling. Otherwise, you leave that blank. Non-profit use is very helpful. You want to put profit or non-profit. Because that will appear in your verbiage, I believe. Yeah, number of profit uses. So it gives you don't have to on the Sync license, but if it's a non-profit, it's good to do that. If you're offering a free use of the song, you should make sure it's stipulated as non-profit. Oops, I'm on the status. I want to go back to status. These are additional terms. Let's see if that gets applied on the Sync license. Yeah. Right here. At the end of this, you can put additional terms to your contract here. In this paragraph, it'll automatically put whatever you type there. So don't type in there unless you want it to appear on your contract. But if you need it to say money must be paid by this date or something like that, funds must be paid by this date, or this license is canceled, for example. You could add that in there if you want. You'll have to decide what your verbiage is in there, but that's a place you can put additional terms, and that's a scrolling box. So you can put as much text in there as you wish. And as you put a carriage return, the carriage return will also show up in your license. So that's one basic license. In our next tutorial, we'll go through and create another one so that you can actually do it with us. All right, hope that's helpful.